You don't actually want a healthy relationship. You say you do. You think you do. But the moment it feels calm, you lose interest. And the strange part is, you don't even know why. Something feels off. Like something is missing. More intensity, more emotion, more something. But what if nothing is missing? What if for the first time something isn't hurting you? In the beginning, it always feels different. There's tension, uncertainty. You don't know where you stand. They text, then pull back. They show interest, then disappear. And suddenly you're thinking about them all the time. Your mind is active. Your body is alert. You feel something, and you call that chemistry. But that feeling isn't connection. It's activation. Your nervous system is reacting, not relaxing. And somewhere deep down that feels familiar. Not because it's right, but because you felt it before. Now something else shows up. Someone consistent, someone available, someone who actually chooses you. No guessing, no emotional spikes, no confusion. And instead of feeling excited, you feel disconnected. You can't explain it, but it's there. Something feels off again. So you start pulling back. Not dramatically, not consciously, just slightly. You respond slower. You feel less engaged. You start questioning things that didn't bother you before. And over time, you lose interest. Here's where it gets uncomfortable, because this has nothing to do with them and everything to do with what you learned. At some point, connection didn't feel calm. It felt inconsistent, unpredictable, sometimes there, sometimes gone. Maybe attention had to be earned. Maybe affection came and went. Maybe you never knew what to expect. So your brain adapted. It built a pattern. It connected love with tension, with uncertainty, with emotional highs and lows. And now that's what feels real. So when something healthy shows up, your system doesn't recognize it. There's no urgency, no anxiety, no emotional spike. And instead of feeling safe, it feels empty because you're not used to calm. You're used to chasing, trying to figure things out, trying to win someone over, trying to hold something together. That effort became your definition of love. So when there's nothing to fix, nothing to chase, nothing to earn, you don't feel fulfilled. You feel lost. And this is the part no one tells you. You don't miss the person. You miss the feeling of chasing them, because chasing creates intensity. It gives you purpose. It gives you control. You're doing something, working toward something, trying to get something. But when someone is already there, there's nothing to chase, nothing to prove, nothing to win. And that feels unfamiliar, so your brain tries to explain it. Maybe they're not right, maybe there's no spark, maybe you're just not feeling it. But what you're actually feeling is the absence of chaos. And your system doesn't read that as safety. It reads it as nothing. And nothing feels wrong. So what happens next? You create distance. Not intentionally, but through small shifts. You overanalyze. You look for flaws. You question your feelings. You become less present, less open, less invested, until something changes, until the dynamic shifts, until it feels unstable again. And when it does, you feel it again. That intensity, that pull, that chemistry. And that's the loop. You say you want something real, but when it shows up, you don't recognize it because it doesn't match the pattern you've been following for years. It's not just your relationships, it's your identity. If you've lived in chaos, calm doesn't feel safe. It feels empty because you learned who you are by reacting, by fixing, by holding things together. So when there's nothing to fix, you don't know who to be. And now we come back to the beginning. You don't lose interest because something is missing. You lose interest because something is finally not hurting you. And without that pain, it doesn't feel like love. Healthy love doesn't feel intense at first. It feels steady, quiet, predictable, and if you're not used to that, it will feel wrong. Not because it is, but because it's different. So the next time you feel that urge to pull away, to disconnect, to lose interest, pause and ask yourself one question. Is something actually wrong? Or does it just feel unfamiliar? Because unfamiliar is where change begins. And maybe the thing you're about to walk away from is the first thing that's actually right